Hello everyone, welcome to Poker Quest. This is the daily. I started the daily without starting recording, and I was like, you know what, let's record it anyway. It seems like a pretty horrible daily. We're playing the Queen of Spades, which already I'm like seems not like a very strong character. Certainly hard to play right. And the daily modifier does not seem very positive. It is at the start of each combat, set your energy to 3. So you really like can't save up a bank of energy for tough fights. I mean, a farm is pretty good, I think. This is the only other reasonable choice, I think. I don't know. I want to go to a farm and then here. Probably. Nobody went to the doctor. Good choice. But if we go to the farm, we get some food, which is nice, and then once we get here, we can upgrade our card draw, which is the most important thing to do early, generally. Okay, gain some food. Head over to this Angry Boar, which, I don't know, stealing some cards from him could be useful. Although we have so few cards, it's going to be hard to do much with our stealing. I think we're going to be gemming pretty liberally for the first few combats. Not very helpful cards. Well, that's not quite true. Maybe I could steal something from him. Like he has a straight coming up, right? If I like took his queen away, I could do something with it. Well, I can't, but he can, so it would be nice to stop that. I'd also like to take his 6 because that would let me like either poison him or like combine it with a 7 to use this. I mean, I can draw here. I guess that's fine. I don't know. I think I'm going to use a second gem. That has not helped. What a horrible card. Okay, draw. Ace? Is that any good? It's a good poison. Kind of the best. Put like a 5 here. Trade like both 9s for his... Like, I want his jack or queen. I also want his 6, but maybe that's asking too much. Maybe I just try to stop the damage. It's not like I have a ton of health to play with. I mean, a 6 would let me get Curse 13 on the table, which is pretty cool. But this lets me save like 8 health, probably. I think I need damage more than anything. Because that's the way that I'm going to reduce my health loss, is by killing him more quickly. Okay. I don't want to give him the 4 queen for an ace. It would let me poison him for 11, but that's not quite enough to kill him. So I think we just like poison here and do nothing. Hope he misses. He did. Okay. So I took 8 damage to get the combat to end more quickly. Seems tolerable. And now with 3 cards, we should be a little bit more flexible, but still very weak, I feel like. This is probably as good a time to draw as I'm ever going to get. Got 2 spades in hand. I only get to do it once, so... Tough choice. I have this ace, which I could use for a big poison. Or a big curse, but not both. Are there any cards I can take from him Ugh, not really. Giving him 2 cards in exchange is a real bear. Maybe I could give him the king and the 2 for his 6? No, if I give him the 2, he'll have this. Could I give him the king and the 2 for his 4? The problem is, if I give him any 2 cards for any 1 card, he's guaranteed... No, that's not true. This does not cover the space. Any 6 or 7 that I give him is kind of free. But if I give him an ace and a king, like... Give him like a king and a... If this card here is like a 7 or 8, I've got a shot at taking no damage this turn, even after giving him... Like, right, he has these 2 abilities, which each want 3 cards. And if they were exclusively covering the entire probability space, then he would be guaranteed to have either 3 low cards or 3 high cards in a deck, in a hand of 5 cards. But since there's middle cards, he might have neither. I think I want to take the 4. I think that would be cool. Wait. I need to add to 13. That would be 4, 7 deuce, right? Which means I would have to give him the king jack, which means he would definitely be attacking me. So I'd prefer to avoid that. He might even attack me twice, this and this, if I gave him 6 cards. No, because the 6 doesn't participate. I give him like king deuce and take his 4. Then he's probably hitting me, but at least I get to do a lot of curse and poison. The problem is I don't even know what to curse, because he might be using this attack if I give him the king. If I don't, he definitely won't be using this one. So I could put a big curse on this and get some damage in. Maybe I gem? I guess we have several combats in a row giving out gem rewards. Okay, now I don't really have to give him anything, I don't think. Although I don't want to spend my low cards on that. Can I do this some other way? Not really. I think we have to go with this curse and some poison and let these 3 cards languish. Okay, he missed. That's great news. I'd really like you not to do this. So I could give you the 7-2 or like the jack and then do nothing. And hope you miss. Good. Now, I just need to add 6 poison, which should be using this twice, right? Or using both of those, rather. And an exact lethal that just cost us the 1 gem we got back. Not bad. Chips! I love them. No reason to upgrade anything right now. I think we put the 13 curse on here. I could try drawing to get some poison in as well. Sure? No. I'd rather wait for a turn when it might help me get the curse off as well. No big draws, please. If he doesn't... Oh, look at that. I can hit another 13. I'm pretty sure that's good. Okay, he rolled low, so to speak. He drew bad, I guess, more accurately. That didn't help. Oh, it's so close. If I used these to take his 5, I would have another 13, and I could do 13 more damage. But I still can't do any poison, so he's going to attack. Let's spend a gem to try and fix this problem. These are all too high. I can't do anything with this. There we go. A low card. That's all I needed. Any low card. Okay, got away from that one without losing 26 health. We're always happy to see that. This fight is going to be tough, obviously. Well, actually, I haven't looked. It's an elite. I assume it's tough, but okay. He's going to take my food. I think a gem or two to get the curse down is, like, going to be fine. I don't even need a gem or two, right? I can just give him these black cards for his 3. Actually, this is a good time to draw. It's a pretty sick hand, actually, right? 6, 7 is the curse, and 4 and 5 are poison. That's fine. Oh, right, this is reusable. You could apply it multiple times per turn, not just per combat. Huh. Okay. Okay, he still can't have 7 black cards yet. Hopefully he doesn't have 3 red cards, but there's not much I can do about it if he does. I think I'm willing to spend a gem to make sure I can get through this guy fast enough. That has not really helped at all. Well, I mean, I could give him my king-queen for his, like, 6, for example, and get 13 damage in, at the expense of him getting more to steal and a draw. I feel like I should not do that. This is a turn where it actually looks like he might not accelerate, and those are to be treasured and cherished. So I'm just going to let him have it. I can throw in a little poison while I'm here. Good. No! Okay, well, we can take one of those black cards away from him. And guarantee he doesn't run away. Because I feel like if he doesn't run away soon, he's never going to get away. What card do I want to keep? I guess my 4? I could keep my 4 and take his 9. Oh, but then I'm giving him the queen. So if I do this, the card I want is his ace, because it's just like a tolerable poison. Sure. The ace is the largest small card by a mile. Okay, I think we're gonna get there. I'm not sure. Do I want to put in 13 curse and just, like, make him take 13 damage? Or do I want to put in 11 poison? I'm pretty sure I want to do, well, not 11, 13 poison. Obviously I want to do 13 poison. What am I thinking? There's nothing to be unsure about. Okay, I think we've managed this. He's dead now. Maybe I could have stolen a card from him to try for exact, but no, because he was already lethally poisoned. Anyway, Gremlin's usually not too bad. And look at that, we get to upgrade card. Ooh, or a card? Or an item, rather? What's this? It curses more. Still just 8 uses per combat. Uh-huh. And these can be used more per turn. This can't be upgraded. Well, we certainly don't want to upgrade these. I don't have enough card draw that I can, like, use them a zillion times per turn. I think it's a choice between upgrading the flower or upgrading card draw. We're not going to get a ton of chances to upgrade the flower, of course. And this is kind of like, in the best scenario, it's like 5 damage per turn, which is pretty cool. But we're not often faced with enemies where you can curse something reliably and just have it go off forever, right? It's hard for us to even hit the ability to use this, and then when we do, it might not last for that long. So I kind of think we just go for card draw for now. I'd like to have that upgraded, but not right now. I guess it's also possible we upgrade nothing. Because there's a castle coming up. And if we can get through this fight without doing anything too disastrous, the extra card draw, like, I'd rather save the chips, basically. Because I don't know what we're going to get from this casino or this castle. Could be a valuable item that I'd like to upgrade. To be able to use it. I don't think that's gonna happen. I could take out one of my poison daggers or whatever they are. Poison brooch. If I get something really nice. The castle is gonna have a shop. If I upgrade card draw, I'm unlikely to be able to take advantage of whatever's there. I guess we'll go into this fight with less card draw. Oh, there's a church up there. It's another thing to spend money on. Well, this guy might be using either of his attacks. We don't know. Do I use a gem here? I don't think a gem is that good, because I don't know what I can safely curse. So I'm just going to do this and get most of the damage I could possibly get. My goodness. So he can't be stunning. He could be clawing if he has a heart. Well, let's just apply some more poison, I think. Ow. Okay, now he definitely has a flush. We'd like to avoid that. I think we steal his ace in exchange for like a king and a 5. But he likes 5s. I'll draw just 1, I think. Should be okay. I actually want to keep that 3. Okay, now I can give him an 8 and a king, which an 8 and a... I don't need... I want both aces, right? I want the king and the 3... No, that's not true. 8, 5 is also 13, so... I can give him... But he wants 5s! I can give him the king... But if I give him the 3, I break up my king 3. I give him a 3. That's fine. I mean, sorry. I still have a 13, which is my 5/8. But he gets another low card. And the same thing happens if I give him 8/5. So I think it like doesn't matter either way. So I'm just kind of stuck giving him something that might be useful but might not. And we get to throw 2 bullets at him in poison at least, which is nice. Okay, he's... Oh, right. I don't care if he stuns me. He's dead, right? Cool. Not too bad a fight. I'm gonna head up to the temple. I like having my low cards enhanced for my poison brooches, so yeah, 4s are kind of what we're in the market for. Goblin Hold'em, I think, is my favorite of the available games. What is this? Cards adding to 6. Reveal. Okay. I'm sure that would be nice to have. This energy doesn't matter, so we can throw... Sorry, I have text messages coming in on my computer. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind putting a 7 here. If he's got a flush draw, enjoy it, I guess. Okay, now I can... This is the board where a pair is most likely to be useful because he's already showing a pair. And I'll put a king over here where a high card might be useful. This is a little spooky. I guess a 4 can't really contribute meaningfully to a straight. Could contribute to clubs here, though. I can't really build myself any flushes, so I'd rather put this 6 over here, probably, just in case he's got a flush. Like, if I draw several more diamonds, I might be in trouble after putting the 6 here. Whereas the 4 here seems fairly harmless. Okay. 2, 3, 4, that's a little scary, but as long as we don't put down another connector for it, that's going to be fine. Oh, also, I don't care about this hand. You can have it, right? I also know now I don't need to worry too much. I guess I keep forgetting I don't care about this hand, so I didn't need to worry about diamond flushes too much here. I could put in a 6 of diamonds if it were useful. And then maybe if I draw 2 more diamonds, I just get this hand to flush up or something. Or this one. I don't know. I want to... This card is not likely to be useful. I want to retain space for more useful cards here. Yeah, like I can give this hand a pair and throw the queen away. Don't want the 10 on the board. So I put the 9 in. And another 7 gives me trips on this board, which is nice. And I don't want to put a diamond in, that's for sure. Well, actually, hang on. A diamond would give me a flush here. Where right now all I have is 4s. If he happens to have, like, another pair, I'm in... If he has a pairing card, I'm in trouble. Whereas putting the 10 in, I'm, like, rock solid on that board. And it pairs up here. Yeah, a 10 is great. 10 of diamonds? What a card. What more could I have asked for? If he has a bigger diamond than I do, it's kind of sad. That's a good point. That could definitely happen. My diamond is quite small. I mean, like, what are the odds that I win if I put down a diamond? How many cards are left in the deck that are higher than that would beat me after I play this 10 of diamonds? We've seen 6, 9, 15 cards. So there are 37 left in the deck. Of which, how many are diamonds higher than the 4? 5, 8, 9, Ace, King, Queen, Jack. So 7. So 7 out of 37. He beats us one time in 5 if we put the 10 of diamonds on board, roughly. And if we don't, he beats us if he has, like, a 9 or a 7 or a 2. Not a 2. A 9 or a 7. There's only one 7 out there. And there's, like, 3 9s? So actually, I think putting the 10 out gives him a much better chance than he would have otherwise. It helps me a little bit on this board, which is worth considering. But the 7 helps even more, because it gets me trips. So I think the 7 is the right play. Yeah! Okay. I was right. The 10 of diamonds, he would have beaten me on this board. Because he has a 5 and I have a 4. So he would have had a bigger flush. And actually, it occurs to me now, it's not totally useless to win this board. Because we can... If we can get to the castle without spending any energy, we can sell it at the flea market, hopefully. So that's kind of cool. An alchemist. Anemic dart, huh? We do some poison damage. We don't get to do as much as I would like, but if you can anemia them just a bit, that could help a lot. I think I will take it. Getting some dodge is not the worst thing either. Yeah, it's 5 shots at dodge 1. That's gotta be worth it for 5 chips. Great deal. I'm happy. Okay, so I have fewer chips arriving at the castle than I would have liked. But it means that I was definitely right not to upgrade my card draw, because that stuff I definitely want more than my card draw. Sadly, there's no flea market. Ooh, what's the Enchantress have? I don't have the chips to pay for most of this stuff. Add poison 6. Interesting ideas. I don't think any of it is super synergistic with what I have. Oh, don't forget we have this as well, which... I don't know, maybe equip on top of this? Or instead of this? Try to upgrade my bag size, maybe? None of these are that amazing. Poison 6 is obviously the standout. It actually is kind of amazing. We don't need to go to the doctor, really. Or the blacksmith. So it's the shop and the dungeon are what's here. And we might want to go to the doctor after the dungeon. I'm like trying to pause and unpause, like multiplex playing this and texting, so I sort of forget whether I had just entered the shop or just left. I was about to look at the shop, that's right. Mostly this stuff. But like I have already like another item that I can't yet fit, so I can't imagine I'm going to be that excited about buying something here. Like if I'm going to spend money on items, I think I'd rather make my poison thing better by adding 6 poison to it at the Enchantress. The rest of the stuff... Okay, I mean, this is weightless. I guess that's a point. Something weightless might be nice. Reveal. Now that's a thought. If I could see their hidden cards, I could do such a good job of manipulating their ability to attack me, right? Right now, when I steal cards, it's kind of guesswork. I don't, like, yet have enough card draw that I can afford to steal from them all the time. But in the future, I might. And 5 chips for a weightless item? I think I'll take that before I head into the dungeon. I guess I should check the Enchantress and the Blacksmith and see if either of them wants to do anything really cool to this thing. Oh, the one I have has already got reveal, but this one like is free. I'd rather have this, I think. Yeah, this is pretty cheap to upgrade and it reveals even more. Ooh, how cool is that? How about this one? This gets cheaper to use. Okay. I like the weightless one, though. Reveal more. I think that's really cool for later, but not... I don't have enough card draw to really support like doing anything about them having cards, but it does seem fun, like pretty cool. How much am I going to get from the dungeon? 12, so I'll have 20. I could still, after upgrading this... Like, I mean, there are enemies coming up that we could fight that have 2 hidden cards, right? What the heck is a feeble wizard? Oh, buy my energy? Oh, help yourself, buddy. I have 15 and I can't do anything with it. If only you were at the castle. So I could upgrade this, go to the dungeon, and then go to the Enchantress if I wanted. Whoa! I could put Poison 6 on the Eaglehorn. There's a thought. 2 uses per turn, put in a small card or 2, Poison 6 and reveal? Like, something that's usable multiple times per turn is a really cool thing to add text to, I think. Huh. I can't do that before going to the dungeon. I'm now wondering if I should have even bought this, but like, it's free, right? Or it's weightless anyway. Huh. So should I upgrade this? I don't think so. I have a lot of like large cards I can't do anything with that I'm happy to dump into this thing. So I don't care about upgrading it. I might upgrade this. Sure? I don't know. I'd rather just put those chips towards more card draw, honestly. Even though I can't take it now. God, this is going to be such a terrible fight. I think I might get murdered if I do this, but I need money. Okay, so what is this? It's an 11. Okay, we know he's not attacking right now, so we don't have to reveal. I guess we just poison for a chunk. I do have that consumable. I have 2 now, right? Smoke Bomb and Anemic Dart. I don't care that much about Smoke Bomb right now. Anemia 2 would probably... I mean, obviously, it helps with any enemy. Is this guy, like, a tough one? I think he's tough enough. You know, for all I know, we'll run into a campsite before long, right? Okay, now he has a serious chance of actually hitting me. I didn't upgrade that. Right. Well, I can give him the 9 and the Queen, which are totally useless to me. And take, like, his 2? Which lets me do this. But probably better is to draw first. This is an 11. I think we want to poison with it. And then use the Ace Deuce for a curse. Or would I rather use the Ace for a poison? Right now he's got anemia, so poison's pretty cool, right? I think we just do this. Okay, right now he's threatening to attack. but it's not super likely. And I can't stop him because I can't give him large or small, large enough cards. So I think we just put in more poison. Actually, wait, is this lethal? No, not quite, right? Yeah, especially not with the armor. Okay, if he hits me, then I'm sad. But he didn't. I'm very pleased with how that anemia worked out. I mean, obviously that's how it was always going to go. We do get the energy back for this fight. Yeah, I was not 1,000,000% sure, but I thought probably. So what do you... Okay, sort by suit here. You have 5 black and 4 red right now. So you're unlikely to have 8 red cards. You might have a 5-card flush, but there's not much I can do about it if so, I think. Spend a gem? Another gem? Energy. Still... Not really a very... Like, it's not impossible. I can poison him like this, or curse him like this if I really want to. But I'd rather just spend the 4 here and the ace here. I just kind of hate that I'm not making use of any of these cards. I could give him like 2 spades for one of his clubs, I guess? And that doesn't change the fact that he's probably going to have 8 black cards. It does make it possible for him to have 8 of each, which would be pretty sad. But it decreases his odds of flushing. And probably doesn't change what attacks he's using. So if I go like this, and I take his 3 of clubs, I get the curse as well, right? Which I can put on this? I don't know, the 5-card flush is probably less likely. I don't know. He could have a 5-card flush. Let's just do this, which I think is almost certainly doing damage this turn. And not worry so much about future turns. And I think I'm absolutely... Well, am I happy to make him anemic here? Because his cursing my items is not that big a deal. Well, it is. I might have a lot of trouble using them. I don't want him to attack me. I don't want him to curse me. I'll use anemia. I mean, we paid for this. We're getting... I guess there is a doctor that we could go to if things go bad, but I want to spend the money... I can spend the money on the Enchantress and the doctor. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be using consumables, but now that I am, it's too late to go back. Okay, all he did was heal. That's actually pretty good news. Ugh. Gems, I guess? Because I can't do anything this turn otherwise? Well, okay. I could give him a couple diamond, like a diamond and a heart or something. And take away... what? There's nothing very useful to get. Let's try this first. Now I have a 6 and a 7. And for his 8, I could take the ace of spades. I'll use these to curse. Here. I don't know, I'm tempted to like put these both into poison, but like that doesn't quite work out. Maybe that's fine actually. Maybe just poison while he's anemic, right? But I want to get an ace. I think we use this for 13. Give him a diamond and a heart. And then take the ace of spades. he doesn't care what ranks they are, so these are fine. Okay, the curse is a little expensive. This one's no problem. The anemia's gone, but he's heavily poisoned. I obviously see that we have, like, a 13 here we can use. But what I would like is a way to use this. Or, like, I can just put both of these into poison? Maybe? I think I'm gemming here. But I don't want to take the 9 damage, and I want to make sure I actually get lethal, which adding 13 more damage doesn't do it, whether it's through poison or through curse. So I need a little bit more, but not much. This might be it. Maybe I don't have to steal anything. This would be my 13, and then I use an ace and a 4 to poison. Curse this, doesn't really matter. Alright, pretty decent fight, I think. We spent 2 or 3 gems on each of the fights, and both consumables. Or a consumable on each, which is definitely expensive. But, like, what did I pay for that anemia? I'm trying to remember. It was like, this was 8 and this was 5. So I spent 8, and I spent, you know, 2/3 of it to manage a dungeon for 12 chips. Like, I'm thrilled with that purchase. I think the gems just about broke even. So we go to the Enchantress here. Please give me poison 6 on this Eagle Horn. Well, yeah, I mean, right now I can't use it. But in the future, I'm really gonna love it. Because, I mean, I don't, yeah, as soon as I can equip it. I think I'll equip it instead of this, easily, for sure, right? Yeah. Okay, so you can actually choose multiple if you have that much money. I don't, though, right? I mean, I could add cycle 1 random. I don't think I want that, right? What I wanted was to blacksmith something. Probably this. To reveal more. But no, I'm going to be revealing like 2 all the time with this, aren't I? So I'm like sort of thinking I maybe shouldn't have even bought this at all. Yeah, I'm just going to keep the 5 chips. That was right. If I was going to do that, I would have done it before I went into the dungeon. And I said, no, I want to use that for card draw. I could buy like consumables from the shop. I don't think I want to. Oh my god, 45 minutes and we just finished the first castle. How are these fights looking? That is probably kind of hard to deal with. This, we might get there, like, sort of quickly. This guy... I bet we could take him and get some food. Yeah. Interesting. The consensus was to go up here for some reason. They all wanted to go to the Feeble Wizard? I mean, it's just like a pile of 3 chips, right? It's not that amazing. Maybe 5, I guess. If you get 3 energy here, don't spend any, and then go here. Are these fights especially bad? Is that what I'm missing? This guy's usually fine. Well, he might be a little hard to kill in time. This guy should be fine with a bunch of reveal and steal. Yeah, I'm happy going down this way. Oh, maybe they saw the farm. They had upgraded. Okay. I didn't want to do that. I still need more card draw. Oh. Oh, I didn't equip the damn... The Eagle Horn. Is it worth trying to stop him from attacking? No. Well, I mean, I could... No, you can only use this once, so... He's definitely attacking. No, he might have a 3-card straight. I could give him a 3-card straight, give him a 9? If I wanted to stop him from attacking? That's an interesting idea. Oh, but if I did that, I'd have to also give him 3 red cards, so he would just attack me immediately. Oh, I so badly wish I had my Eagle Horn right now. I made it great, and then I didn't equip it. Okay, I think we just go in for a little bit of poison. Yeah. Feels bad. Maybe I should gem and try to get the curse in as well. Yeah, this is a lot of health. Ugh, I wanted that Eagle Horn. There's a nice easy curse at least. Okay. I mean, the curse didn't work, so the gem was wasted. But he didn't hit me. It's just now, anytime he has 3 red cards, I'm going to be really sad. Okay, we're going to spend all the gems on this fight, I think. Ugh! Well, I might as well take his queen, I think. I could take his 3 and get more curse in. That's probably better, right? But then I risk giving him a 3-card straight again. I was thinking of taking away a red card, but... Ugh. I really don't want to use my anemia on this guy as well. I'm like, how on earth am I killing the boss without even 1 anemia? I don't know. I think I'm not going to win this run. Ow! Nine and 4 would curse for 13, or I could just poison for 11. I guess I'd rather curse. I can't really influence him very well, and I can't play any good cards. I hate this game. Miss? Okay. That's not too bad. Because this I can try to dodge. Okay, instead he just powered up again. Alright, I wasted a smoke bomb there, but I don't think it was a waste. It, like, could have been correct. He's dead now. Like, given the information I had, I think it was more likely that he was going to hit me for a shitload than that he was going to do nothing. And I should be happy that although I spent my item charge, it worked. I played it hoping to take no damage, and I took no damage, right? Hooray for me. So let's fix this problem. Oh, that's not weightless, right. I was waiting for this. Well, I was going to swap it for one of my poison things, which I think is actually still better. I want to wait for actual card draw. Let's just do that. You are fine. You are probably even better. So if I take away your 6, you won't hurt me. As long as I don't give you a 6 back. So take these. I definitely don't want to give him a 3 because of the 2-4. But I can't just put that in here, so I guess I'll put the 6 in? No, the 7 is fairly useless. Well, it could go here, but I might need to steal a card. He has a jack. If I steal his 2-card straight, I end up giving a 3-card straight. So I could just accept this damage, or I could gem to try to avoid it. It's only 9. I think I'm gonna... Oh, shit, this doesn't work. Yeah, right. I needed to put the 6 here and the 3 here to get a bit more poison. So I give him a king and a 4 and avoid anything bad happening? His 10 is not useless to me because I can always dump it in here. Okay, he doesn't seem to have any cards. I guess I could curse him instead of poisoning. Sure, the poison decays more, and I'm never gonna let him have a 3-card straight, so that seems safe enough. Tough to break apart all of his straights here. Can I kill him? This would do 13. He's currently at like 17, right? Yeah, so this is 13. And this is 5 more. All right. I like the eagle horn. Sadly, there's a campfire here. I missed all kinds of good stuff up here by not trusting the wisdom of the crowd. That's the thing in like the daily. You if people are going a way that seems dumb, it might be because they've upgraded vision and you haven't, or it might be because they have a different build that makes it right and it's still wrong for you. You can't really be sure. Anyway, this guy seems like he doesn't care about me revealing, but it should be so easy to pacify him. Just keep dumping like aces on him or whatever. Right? If I take like his 5 or something and give him an 18 back, I'll take his 8 for these 2 cards. And then he won't attack, yeah. My cards might actually be too large to safely give to him. What if I gave him... No, I could just give him both of these for the queen, right? Then he has to play both kings, and he's left with just a 4. Okay, now I don't have to do anything about him. I can just poison, poison, poison. Again, I'm safe. I can poison, poison, poison. It's incredible. It's working. It doesn't matter. He's dead, but... Best is poison here, poison here, poison here. Okay, we're going here for sure. I don't really want to sell any of my food, but 3 is like a lot. What is this? Another feeble wizard? I'm going to have a ton of energy when I get there, because I'm taking no fights, right? I'll be at 7, 9 energy? It's a miracle. A Christmas miracle. So I want chips, but I want my food even more. Sorry, buddy. Okay, I'm loaded all of a sudden. I could go to the blacksmith. This just makes it cheaper. I don't really care too much about that. This doesn't really matter. This lets me use it twice per turn? I don't care about that either. It would be this, I guess, would be my main upgrade, but I'm not using that. Like, I'm set. I need more items and more cards. I don't need my items to be any better. So I could dodge the blacksmith if I wanted, but I think this is probably the fight I want to take anyway. I have just enough food to get here, and then I'll be, like, in trouble. Obviously, you get food from this, and you can get food here. If I don't spend any energy on the boss fight, I'll have 5 when I get here. So I guess that's what's going to have to happen. And this will give me some more food, so I guess it's okay. It's a little scary, but I have good peeking, so I can at least dodge most of this guy's stuff. Yeah, we definitely go to the blacksmith. I just don't think we upgrade anything. Because what could I possibly want? Everything's amazing. I mean, I guess you could upgrade the poison brooch in case I have too many small cards. But it costs 13. It's unbelievable. It would mostly be good later on, once I've upgraded my card draw so much that I can't spend all my cards. Right now I could just barely upgrade my brooch and my card draw. That's probably fine. Now it's back to like I had 2 of them. Actually, I wonder if I made a mistake earlier. I forgot to imagine, like, when I put my deal 6 poison on this thing, I could have put it here, and this can become reusable many times. Right? Although you have to upgrade it 4 times to make it upgrade it 3 times to make it usable 3 times. Maybe this would be an okay sweet spot. But I really like being able to always look at their cards, so I don't mind having a reason to use this every turn. And then I'll take my card draw, and I'll fight this guy. I mean, I could take the 4/8 and give them to him in exchange for a king or something. Well, let's find out. Would that even help? No. Ah. It turns out that actually he's going to be stunning me, not attacking. I think I'm okay with that. So we put the 4 in here. And, like, the jack here. Unless... is there some reason I should do something else? Like, give him both of these for some useful card? No, right? I do have some energy I could have spent this turn. Oh, I should have put the king and jack in here first. And then this would be off cooldown later. Because the stun is kind of scary. It looks like he drew very badly, though. I'm just gonna take my chances with a pass here. Hope he doesn't attack. Good. Here he's unlikely to attack, but that's no guarantee. Let's see what else he has. Now it... Oh no, he does have an ace. That's true. Alright, what's... Well, maybe I don't care what that other one is. I'm just going to trade you this for your ace. Oh, I should have put them both in here. I forgot this has 2 uses now. Okay, now there's a chance he comes and gets me. I have a 6-7 and an ace and a 4, so I have ways to use a lot of cards. There's none that I'm happy to put into Eaglehorn right now. I could draw with gems or with my energy to find something to put in here to see whether I need to steal something. I'm gonna play gems and then probably energy. Yeah. But now, okay, I can put a queen in here quite safely. Probably both. But I don't want to give them to him. And I don't want to use them for anything else. And it turns out I don't have to steal. Great. So I can just play my dream turn, curse him up, and poison the ever-loving heck out of him, and we killed him. No problem. Good fight. Spent a gem, but that's okay. Blackjack? Oh, we can prevent that. We can also prevent this. No, 3 card straights, he might draw too much. But we should be able to just steal all his aces this way. Nope, take it back. Okay, I mean... Maybe we can steal all of his 10s? Nope, just getting hit, huh? Well, we have dodge. At least he can't attack twice. Alright, I mean, if he hits me, I'm dead. So I choose not to be hit. Remember, we're not spending energy. No, we can spend energy on this fight. We can't spend it on the next fight. Yeah, I choose not to die. Take that. Top tier strats. He has an ace. I'd like to use this here. Let's just draw. Cool. I don't have to steal the ace. Fantastic. Be cursed. Okay, don't have to steal anything. Curse again and poison? This guy's looking like he's toast. And we didn't spend any resources on the fight. This is what I imagined when I took that Eaglehorn. I'm hoping it's enough to get through the boss. So I really need more card draw to actually make this like a solid plan. We're not spending any energy in this combat, remember. But everything else, I think, no further upgrades needed. Gem draw wouldn't hurt. I plan to spend several gems in this combat, and I might have trouble, like, getting... Yeah, I'll take it. No, I won't. How many chips do I get for fighting you? 11. I would have 19. Okay, I'm going to try to get a full card draw upgrade after fighting you. Oh, no. Okay, well, I can spend a jack here. And we can give him 2 black cards to dodge the attack. He'll get a block, but that's okay. As long as we can keep dodging the attacks, which means he doesn't draw 5 red cards, then we'll be fine. And you know what red card I want? This one. Don't forget, I do have the anemia as well. So once I get a bit of poison on him, I could use that. And I have dodge, but I might, it might not work. Okay, kings going here. That's red. Red kings especially go in here. There you go, he missed. So we just poison him some more. And I think now is as good a time, like 30 poison, that's pretty solid. We might get more value out of Anemia if we wait a little bit longer. Because he'll lose a third of the poison here, right? That's how that works? Yeah. So he'll be at 20. We should be able to get, like... At some point, the amount of poison that you're adding is a third of the amount they have. And so if your average turn is when that's happening, then you're at an equilibrium, and you'll never get more poison. And that would be kind of the ideal time to add Anemic. And right now I expect we're adding more than 10 poison per turn, so it's probably profitable to wait. Okay, don't want to spend a red king anywhere but here. Now we know we don't need to trade him any card, so we just, like, do this. And that turn we added something like 20 poison. And it was a kind of bad... It was an okay turn. So ideally, when he's getting to around 60 poison is when we want to make him anemic. I think. That's assuming that maximizing the poison applied by anemic is the right strategy. Might not be in principle if, like, you could kill him more quickly by getting a less greed option, so that, like, the more greed is kind of wasted. But for now, that seems like an okay rough draft of a plan. Okay, we know he's not gonna attack. I mean, king here. And then I guess, like... We can either put the 5 and 2 here and the 4 here, kind of wasting our enhancement. The amount of poison we end up getting out of that is 13. Or we could put the 4 here and the 5 here and we get more poison, right? Might as well peek. Actually, that's kind of silly. I should save that for a turn when it matters because of the cooldown. Oh, that's something I hadn't thought about. I might draw all red cards, in which case being able to take away his red cards would not be easy. That's something gems are for, I guess. Anyway, this is a simple turn. We just, like, peek at his cards and poison him some more. Oh, I should have put the ace here! I forgot the aces are low as well as high. Whoops. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, put a red card here. Okay, we're fine. Just, yeah, give me your 5 of diamonds, which I can use in this thing. It lets you block, but... Alright, looks like we're stable at about this amount, so maybe it was optimistic of me to assume 60. So I'll use a dark here. Pretty simple turn. Okay. I guess we use the red 8 here. And I don't care what the last card is, just use both of these to... I guess I care a little. Because if it's black, I'd rather not do anything. I feel a little bad putting an ace in here when I'd rather it go there, but... Oh, let's just peek with this. Okay, so I do need to steal his stuff. Which means these go for any of his red cards. They're all basically the same. I can't use any of them in this thing. I'm thrilled with how this fight went. We don't have to do anything weird to him. In fact, he's just dead. No, he has block. Oh, but the block wears off, right? Before his turn starts? No, block works on poison. So I guess King 6 here and 3-5 there. It's sort of simple. Alright. Didn't spend any gems. Or any resources. Just like aced him. Amazing. And I have just enough energy as planned to hunt here. And I get my anemia refilled. It's just like, it's amazing. I'm not by any means like, oh, this is a one run. In fact, I suspect we'll probably die somewhere in here. Some enemy will come up where my like current build doesn't really work. But for now, things are going pretty well. How tough would this guy be to fight? Pretty tough. Yeah, eventually there'll be an enemy where stealing one card, even if it's the perfect card to steal, does not just make them completely useless. Yeah, so we're gonna go up here. Might this be a time to upgrade Vision? I kind of wanted to take card draw and then go to the tavern, and I still think that's the best idea, so I guess I'm not going to upgrade Vision. This fight is an absolute piece of cake. You're never going to get to add to exactly 22 on my watch, so I don't mind fighting him at all. Oh, and we can, that's true, we can do this. And I get food, although it's expensive. This will help a lot, I think. I can see all the way to the castle. Another feeble wizard coming up after a break after this guy. You are kind of hard to deal with. Because I only hit once per turn, and if I steal cards, you tend to have a higher total. I don't like you at all. The Feeble Wizard is nice, and then I could maybe coast through here. It would be nice to hit up the temple, but ultimately I think I just go through here. And then, yeah, I'd rather give the Feeble Wizard 7 energy than fight this guy for 7 chips. Like, I would probably end up spending 2 gems and a bunch of health to get through here, and the chip reward is the same. And I'd rather go here than here, so yeah. This is great. Okay, how much food am I buying, though? Like, it kind of has to be a lot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 just to get to the castle. And no one's giving me any food. I could try to go down this way, but then I miss out on so much good stuff. Can I buy 6 food? I mean, just barely. I hate doing it at a tavern, but I kind of need it all. Absolutely getting loaded on pretzels. That's too bad, but I'm glad I had the chips for it, I guess. Seems like I need it. Okay, he's not adding the 22, so this is fine. I mean, I guess maybe this is the thing to do? It's kind of hard to, like... The 2 and the 5 are pretty useless. Right? I don't know. The 5's okay here, I guess. But I think getting in a little bit of curse... and then starting on the poison, I guess is, like, fine. 10 for the 3 might be nice. But it's the only way I have to peek right now. Oh, that's nice. He's gonna just kill himself. Blank jank, huh? Like a blackjack, but bad? Yeah, the 5 here, and then the 3 and the 2. Oh, even together they don't, Wait, what? Why is this allowed? Why is this green? It just took one arbitrarily? That seems stupid. Okay, whatever. We are getting a gem this fight. I guess I could have spent one. Oh my gosh, look at that. He's doing it again. Actually, I mean, this just does 13 damage. Would I be happier adding more poison? I assume I would, right? Easy fight. This guy, as I said, is a little bit scary. Nothing I can do about those cards. That's not true. I could poison you, and then you would take a little damage. We don't want to spend energy here, because it's actually worth a 1 chip each. I guess this is probably a good time to use my dodge stuff. Yeah, that seems okay. I can also trade my 2/8 for your ace, which I guess is an improvement. Makes it... You're still going to attack, but I get to do 11 poison instead of 2. Well, wait a minute. Should I then trade... like Queen 9 for the ace? I think I should, right? Let's put up the Scroll of Dodge now, or the Smoke Bomb, whatever it is. Because right now, say I use the Queen and the 9 both on this, I've poisoned 12. Then I trade these for the ace, I poison 11. But if I trade these for the ace, I get to poison 11 and 2 and 6, right? Am I just insane? I am. Yeah. I should just trade these cards. I'm only activating 3 cards, and like, this is the absolute most damage I could possibly get out of 3 cards. Unless they were multiple aces I could put here or something. I should keep in mind, 4s don't glow when they're holding them, but me taking them is still good. Ow? I was dodging, but you hit me anyway. Oh, you know what? I should have swapped this. No, it's weightless, so I can't swap it for my other brooch. I mean, not much I can do here, right? Use a gem, I guess? Try to get a little more damage in? Keep dodging? Try not to die? Oh, thank goodness, you're not attacking for a change. You know what? This combat is kind of scary, actually. Maybe I should be using anemia here. I didn't think I was going to die, and now I do. But I'm also like, well... You're going to be dead in a few turns, and I can just keep dodging, right? There's no 2 cards I can give you that would make it harder for you to attack. I guess if I drew some small cards, I could trade them for your ace. That hasn't helped. It improves my damage output a little. I really don't want to count on a smoke bomb again. Oh, don't forget I am making you discard. So half the time, you won't even do anything. Or wait, no, 100% of the time. This was dumb. Even if you discard the 2, you don't have enough. Okay, this was probably not a good play. It might not have been insane, because it did help me get more poison in. But it was probably bad. Phew. Take it all, buddy. Why is it, by the way, when you click on that guy, it sells immediately, whereas at the tavern, when you click to buy, it pops up a window saying, yep, you bought, and then you click again to close it, and then again to sell again, or buy another food. Anyway, we're going to the casino. We're going to make it a second castle. Look at this, people starving to death on the way to the castle. No, just 5 years went, nobody died. Yeah, obviously not going to the Hungry Ogre. Goblin Poker. No, Goblin Hold'em. I love Goblin Hold'em. It's Troll Poker. I always forget what the third one is. It's Troll Poker. I love food. I don't really care about the other 2. Okay, probably don't want a 7 in the middle. I don't know. I mean, there might be a flea market at the castle. So energy is not worth nothing. Gems actually are pretty much worth nothing. I'll put the jack here. It might pair up. It might flush. It shows me what the other guy's got. A 10, okay. Jack through 6 isn't included in a pair, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, jack. Yeah, so the 6 is not part of... did I say pair? I meant straight. 7 jack could be, though, if I had 8, 9, 10 in the middle. I don't know what to put over here yet. I'm hoping for something useful, and I haven't found it yet. I guess I'll just put this 9 in the middle, and... Okay, a 10. 3 deuce? Are you kidding me? What am I supposed to do with this? I want food! And I didn't want to commit to putting the queen or jack there until I knew what I could put on board. Maybe I should just put a high card in, but I haven't drawn any really since then. Okay, I can put a 9 here. I'm scared about putting a queen here because that makes a straight draw for this guy. I'm just going to put the queen here and hope it works out. 5 makes the board really dry. Either of them might give this guy a flush. Nothing I can do about that. Do any of the other boards care? I want to make sure to put down a card lower than a 9, so that if he has a pair of it, it doesn't hurt me. So I think it just has to be the 5 here. Okay, I lost the energy, but I won the gem and the food. That's an acceptable outcome. Considering it felt like I was getting pretty bad draws, this is a nice win. More food! Well, I guess I didn't need to spend quite that much at the tavern. I still think it was the right thing to do. Oh, Wizard's Tower, don't make me laugh. There's no shop. Or no, there is a shop. It's at the bottom. It's usually up here, I thought. Yeah, I don't think I want any of this stuff. Oh, I mean, I want food, right? Yeah, I want a lot of food. And they have a lot. This is a big unlock cost. But it's, you know, it would be really nice. Like, we're kind of all about long, grindy combats, and having extra draw would help. More stealing. Oh, but they get to draw 2. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Makes it hard to actually take away their abilities reliably. I think I have enough attack. If anything, I want more draw. And this is like a very cheap way to eventually increase your draw, right? It's 4 plus also an item slot, so 14. And then like your card draw is kind of increased by 2 eventually. I could see myself just like actually maybe even using it instead of the brooch. Is that insane? It's probably insane, right? But I could use it in combination with the brooch. Like, I was thinking, could I actually like not equip the brooch? Could I like not increase my item slots? Just equip this and kind of like spend 2 cards at the beginning of combat on like revealing his stuff and stealing if necessary, and then the rest goes into this. But I just... then when am I ever doing any damage? Honestly, like, when am I... How do I have enough cards? I'm only drawing 4 cards, right? I guess 2 cards into that... and 2 into this. I mean, it's possible. I think I might just buy, like, 8 food. Scroll of Hop, that's a fun one. Toughness, draw all the clubs, huh? Certainly could be useful. I mean, the nice thing about toughness and dodge is that like we do actually know when they're attacking. Okay, well now that we've looked at what's available, let's hit the casino. Potion of Invulnerability, gain Invulnerable 1. Yeah, that is what it sounds like. Okay. Put a 5 in here. I want that. Ace here. 3 in the middle doesn't look too dangerous yet. Jack in the middle looks okay. And put the Jack here. Three here? And then the 7 where? I don't want to put it on the board because of this guy. I'd like to win all 3, but I guess I should prioritize a bit more. I could put the 7 here and maybe try to put together a straight for this hand. Ten and 8 are arguing for a straight, but it's pretty dangerous to put an 8 in the board right now. So I could put the 8 here and the 10 here. Okay, this guy's got an ace, which means, like, as long as he doesn't pair up, I'm in pretty good shape. Okay, a 5 pairs. Do I want to put a club or a diamond on the board? I'm not hitting any flushes. So I guess I want a diamond on the board so that he doesn't either. There's some risk I might have to put 3 clubs on board and he might have 3 clubs here and that would be sad. So we do it this way. And now this hand is a lock, pretty much. We drew the 9. That's what I wanted, wasn't it? No. I ended up not getting enough cards for the straight. So I should be able to put the 7 here, unless he has trips. Like if this last card is the last remaining 7, the 7 of diamonds. Well, putting it here would be really nice, because I would actually pair up. Yeah, we'll put the 7 in. Alright, won them all. Trips, 2 pair, 2 pair. I mean, really, one of the pairs was just on board. So basically it was like, oh, the opponent didn't have anything, right? Well, he had a 7 on this hand. But otherwise, they just had the pair of 5. So, okay. Don't be too proud about having won this board where, like, the opponent didn't have any cards. But okay. Cool, I guess. So I think we go to the tavern and then the dungeon. The dungeon is scary, but, you know, I like money. And I probably upgrade my card draw before I go in. Well, I like the idea of that Tome of Draw, right? Or whatever it was called. Book of Cards. Yeah, let's try it. It's probably wrong. It's probably better to just upgrade my cards, but I feel like my combats are pretty long. And this can see value over that kind of time scale. You know, I'm barely using this. I could put in this thing, actually. Oh, it's weightless. I forget every time. Oh, this has 2 uses? I thought it only had 1. This is insane. Okay. Dungeon time? I can always buy more food at the tavern later. But I'd rather buy it at the shop. So it would be more about it using the tavern to explore. But I think we're hitting the dungeon regardless. I'm just hoping to dodge any bad effects. Okay, this should be fine. I'll just put 9 and Jack into this. And Ace King here. Oh, I love that I have 6s. Hang on. Put these in here first. Okay, turned out about the same. So we're already doing well on draw. Didn't take as long as I thought it would to activate this. We drew high, but that's fine. What do I want to activate this with? Probably the 5 here? No, an 8. I think I'm going to have enough cards to use on this. Okay. I think we can use the 8 and the 5 to curse something. 2 jacks on this. Yes, okay. I think we have this combat mostly under control now. Because if he just curses me, I should be okay with it. And if he's going to poison me, I think I can stop him. guess we just put aces here, and we can't really put together a 13. I have a 13 here. I guess 7 goes there? Sure. I think we use both of these for poison. Both 5s and a 3 for my 13. To curse this. And then apply more poison. Seven, no. I want to hang on to my black card, my red card. 6 draws, I think. Even though it was usable here. Now we spend a black to peek. Okay, we don't care anymore what he's up to. 7 here. Queen 3 curses his last item. This poor guy. Okay, we spent 0 resources fighting an elite here. That's what I like to see. Okay, this is a fine time, I think, to use my Mind Stone, because I don't have an easy way to peek otherwise. I can give you 2 red cards with this. Don't forget, I'm getting 4 gems this combat. I'm using one right now. I want to get my draw stone going. And also have red cards to give you. Or I guess I could give you black cards and let you curse my stuff. Can we come up with 35? We can, right? Like, that would be 35, and then I could draw 2 more cards. Off of my 5, let's say. I think that's fine. Now I can give you, say, 2 black cards for one of your red cards. Let's say the 6. And you'll actually use this effect instead, and I don't care very much about the curse. This might be a little tricky to activate, but I have a draw stone. Book of Cards, I don't know what it's called. Alright, good value for 1 gem, I think. Okay, we don't really care for 2s, especially black 2s. It's gotta be a 13 in there somewhere. Yeah, 6, 7. Okay, so put the 9 here. Sure. Okay, don't care about what you're up to then. Curse. This is the attack I'm not going to allow to happen. Let's use a 2. Well, I'd like to keep my red cards just in case. Okay, this is where I'd like to give you a black card rather than taking one, I think. So now I'm okay using my 2 to draw. And I'll give you like a king and another king for your queen. I'll curse this Shriek as well. with a 7? Ooh, I have to steal from you this turn. That's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't have to, but I would take damage otherwise. So what are you hiding under there? I can afford to spend a queen here. It's black, so I want to steal your black card for 2 red cards then. Ace 8-4 is 13. Using the 4 for its lower value. Just double check. Yes, giving you 2 red cards for 1 black. It's kind of poor value having to spend a bunch of cards, including 2 very high value ones on this, but I'll take it. To avoid damage, it's necessary. I could gem. I don't think I much need to. Gonna be tough to increase your number of black cards, huh? So if you have 2, I guess I'm just gonna have to let you hex me. Okay, you don't. So I want you to have 0. This seems like an okay curse. Although, I have 6 cards now, I'm gonna have only 5. After, yeah, I guess this is fine. And, trade these for the 8 of clubs. Oh man, we're so cruel. So how much more poison? I'd like to add 11 poison. That's easy. 6. Double check. Yeah, 11, that's what I want. 6. 5. Be dead. Those were the easiest elite fights, man. We spent a single gem and no other resources and gained 4 gems for 2 elites. I love when this deck faces enemies that it can really trample. That does not include all enemies, sadly, but for now, I'm happy. I think we are going to go explore further, so I guess if I'm going to do that, I might consider upgrading my sight range first. How many... I guess I can use the keyboard. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in between me and the boss, right? So 1, 2. So I think if I upgrade my sight range... If I don't upgrade my sight range, I won't see everything up to the boss, right? I would see only 7. If I upgraded twice, I would see everything. That's maybe a bit much. I don't know if it's worth doing at all, upgrading, because in terms of this act, or this area, or whatever, this suit, it's just as good. I was going to say it's just as good to get near the end of what you're revealing and then upgrade, but that's not true. You might have already committed to a path you don't want to take. Okay, so it's 5 to upgrade and then 2 to peak. That's 7. Like, I kind of want to just buy, like, all the food. And then still be kind of close to upgrading my card draw. I guess I should have peaked, though. I still want to peak. I should have done that first. Maybe there were going to be 6 farms in a row or something, right? Temple of Nines, Flea Market. This is a nice thing to hopefully spend my energy on. And yeah, so we're missing these 2. We don't know which way we want to go. But it looks like getting to the Temple of Nines is pretty good. And we can choose any path that gets there, right? Like, so... This guy's a little scary. We might have trouble stopping him from parrying. It's not like I'm loaded on health. I didn't even... This is after healing at the tavern. Okay, yikes. You... I can reveal most of your cards. But I might not be able to stop you from having 4 black cards. Because 4 out of 7 is like a 50-50, and if you hit even 5, I can't take away enough. And if my stuff gets hexed, I think this should be fine. I can just like, if something is hexed and cursed, okay, I'll give you some cards. Yeah, I can take this fight, no problem. What about this elite? Do I want to fight you or not? Ooh. 2 card straights are so easy to come up with. I don't really want to do that fight, I think. This one should be fine, probably. 2 spades could happen, I suppose. If you draw 3, I can only replace one of them. Ugh. Okay, so I guess we're going through the witch to the ape, the crocodile. And I mean, there's not really anything else I want at the shop, I think. Scroll of Hop actually could be insane now that I think of it. There's just going to be a fight or two that we won't be able to deal with, and this is like $3 to completely skip a fight, or like make up for not having seen where we wanted to go. Yes, of course I want this. What am I thinking? Maybe I'll fail to use it in the right situation, but it is absolutely worth $3. Okay, so the early stages of the combat are the scariest, where I don't have my book of cards yet. So that's when I'm happy to use this. Because you probably do have 4 black cards. I'll gem. I want to retain some black or red cards to give you if possible. So I guess it's like this. And then just throw the king in there. Okay, so it doesn't matter what I've kept. Okay, you do have 4 black cards. Do you have 5? No, so I can actually stop you with 1 more gem. Don't forget I have energy. I have been forgetting that. So I trade you these. Oh. Any 2 cards would do, right? No. I need to give you 2 red cards back for your 1 club. Unless I were willing to become her. Oh no, this curse comes with an attack. I forgot that. I take this king of clubs, say. Wow, okay. Gonna be like that, huh? Well, we might stop you hexing me. But I'm just like, I don't care that much about getting hexed, I think. Hex 2 to 3 items, though, is really a lot. Whereas if I steal one of your clubs, you might not do it. I think that's an okay risk to take. Doesn't matter which one I take because I'm not going to use it for anything. Oh, that's not true. I could use the 2 if I wanted to make a 13. I guess that's good. Hey, we dodged it. Nice. I don't know why I did this. I should use that on turns when there are a lot of black cards showing, where I might need to look all the way to the bottom to see what to do. On this turn, I don't need that. Oh, that's too big. Right. Okay. I'm stupid! She has 2 clubs. How did I miss this? I just saw she couldn't have 4 black cards, and I forgot that I cared about anything else. I will gem to fix this mistake. Because it not only saves me, like, the curse and the attack 3, but it also makes sure I keep the curse on her on. And we you know, the combat is not over. We might end up having to spend gems on future turns to avoid damage as well. We love spending clubs on this, because I'd never want to use a club to give to her. Okay, she has 4 black cards. And because I foolishly spent this last turn... Well, it wasn't foolish, because I didn't know if she had 2 clubs, right? It turned out to... I used it badly, but I didn't waste it. So I think I just let her hex me now. Oh no, she gets the cards back and can still use the clubs. Are you kidding me? This is not as easy a fight as I thought it was. I forgot about that. I can't stop her from having 2 clubs. But I can, like, trade... these for, like, a 6 to get the maximum poison in, and hopefully avoid the hexing. Because when the hex and the curse coincide, it's really bad. Okay, we're going to take a little damage here. Hopefully not a lot. This is hexed and cursed. And it's my reveal thing, huh? Hexed 4, curse 19. That's brutal. I just, like, have to give you a zillion cards. No, that's not true. Take this. There's no cards for you to steal, witch. I'm hoping she doesn't have another black card, but there's not much I can do about it if so. Oh, I could have just killed her. If I could come up with 7 damage, which I probably could have through this. Alright, took 3 more damage. All I have to do now is spend any card here and she's dead. Well, she's dead anyway, but this way I don't take damage. There you go. Have fun. So I took 6 damage and I spent like 3 gems, which is a little embarrassing. Since I said it was going to be such an easy fight. Anyway, we decided we don't want to fight the Centaur. We do want to fight this person. I don't at the moment have the resources to... Oh, gosh, I have a lot of spades in hand. That's a little bad. Okay, so I have to spend a gem in order to stop you attacking. Or, oh, shoot, I could have used energy first. I keep forgetting I have it. I could have drawn one more card. So if I give you these... for your largest spade... put a little extra poison on you, and then work on this thing. Needs 18, which I have. Rude. Three spades. Okay, nothing I can do about this. But I'm not getting the curse because you'll run out of black cards. Okay. Well, I can't do anything with these. That's not true. I could trade them for the 3 of spades. The 5 of clubs, even. Get a little extra poison in. I want to use some consumable here. Probably just a smoke bomb, I guess. Invulnerability is more precious. Okay, a 6 and a 7 are easy enough to put in here. 3 spades again. Alright, I'm starting to run out of... I can't steal enough. Kind of want to put the 4 here. I guess the ace 2 would curse his curse? I'm wondering if I should have been using the anemic dart on this guy. He's putting up more of a fight than I thought. Yeah, okay, I'll do it now. I mean, I think the chances that I die here are actually quite real. Yeah, see? He's got all these dang spades. I don't want to give him any spades, and this 5's not that great. Okay, he only has 2 this time. Doesn't matter what card I take, I can't do anything with it, as long as it's a spade. Okay, I can actually kill him now. So I don't care if he has any more spades. I just do this and he's dead. Alright, scary. It's getting scary. I think I'm gonna eat some food, actually. Not really time to upgrade anything. I can't stop him from having 3 black cards, so I just have to live with the attack 16 that's coming in. Glad I ate some food. But it does seem like I'm going to quickly have trouble. Like, I'm gonna run out of invincibility. Okay, fine. This is a good draw. Ace goes here. And then 6. I can put a 4 in here, right? Yeah. Not that I particularly want to. King. King. Then would I rather poison or curse 13 or poison 11? I guess I curse 13, right? And I put it here. Because if this ever goes off, I'm gonna die. Okay, we can steal a black card. That's no problem. I guess this ace of spades would be best. Again, we're going to be fine. All we need is for him to not have 4 black cards. Which, you know, certainly can happen. Use a king of spades here. And steal with 10s. Steal his 6, I guess, is best. Now this is a 13 on anything. This is a king and this is a poison. Don't care what his cards are at this point. Well, that's not true. Let's peek. It might influence how I play my cards, what I could usefully maybe steal from him. Right now, a 3 is looking kind of bad. No, a 3 is fine. Do the 5. 10-3 is a nice pair to have. Yeah, so like 10, king 3 here for a 6. Okay, and it looks like we got there. I did get attacked once. But I lived. Keep eating. There's a flea market coming where hopefully I can spend my energy to buy health. Which I guess would be food, basically. I mean, I'm gonna fight him here. Fighting is what I'm fairly good at, I guess. And I like my 4s to be even bigger. And I can easily manipulate their hearts, right? So there's just a million things in my favor in this combat. Just get my book going, please. That's a little scary. I'm hopeful you don't have any more hearts. But I do have a chance to find out. You do. Okay, so I will die here unless I use my scroll potion. So I will use it. Okay, maybe it wasn't worth coming here. I don't know. I didn't think you'd put up much of a fight, to be honest. I can use 6/6 ace to curse, or I can use 6 ace to poison. I guess I can trade the 6s for a 3 and get to do both. Always happy when they don't have any hearts showing. I guess I could try to stop you from healing, but I don't really care. I just want to use my cards to put more poison on you. No hearts showing, so I'm fine. And I do want to keep my energy, right? Yeah. Oh, I forgot. This is combat, so I am actually resetting my energy. Oh, well. Don't care that much about 6s. And you're about to heal, so cursing that would be silly. Okay, we got there. Had to spend one pick of my scroll of invulnerability, which I don't like. Potion of invulnerability, whatever. I mean, ugh. This is pretty scary. I think we're gonna die real soon. Maybe I should have gone around this guy, I don't know. I mean, I was just excited to use my energy, but I guess maybe that's silly. I want the food more than the chips, I think. Although, with some chips, I could get another card draw. That probably is better. I guess that's all I'm doing here, sadly. I have enough food, 1, 2, 3. I have enough food to make it here, which is what well, except I keep eating. Yeah, this is gonna hurt a lot. I think I have to eat food as well and just hope to find more on the way. And hope I can get through this guy. Okay. I can dodge his attack comfortably. Actually, I can get this going immediately and just hope to draw a card that's lower than a 10 off of this. Good. I get a little bit of extra poison in as well. I took the wrong card! I forgot it matters! So stupid. I was like, oh look, I can do some more damage with this. Okay, well that happened. Taking a little damage here for no reason. Like, potentially a lot of damage. But it turns out he's cursed some, like, non-critical items, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to... Or not cursed, he's inflamed them. I'm gonna have to do without here for a bit. Would I rather apply 6 poison or do 13 damage? I don't know, actually. The 6 poison... Oh, you know what? I should make this guy anemic. We're gonna die pretty soon if we don't. And in that case, I guess I'll apply the poison. You know what? Let's gem as well. I need to get out of this combat alive somehow. Why did I gem? I don't know. I was hoping to like draw a 13. This is not the time. Okay, now I can't stop him from attacking me. So I think I used this potion to get through all the inflame on my stuff. Ugh. I should have not done this. Not because I care about saving the cooldown on it, but because when it's on cooldown, he can't inflame it, I think. And so I want this to be an inflame target for him. And I should have left it open. I just thought once again it didn't matter, so I clicked to see what he was doing, but it did matter, I think, as always. What do I do here? I guess I just take the 6 damage. It's only 6, right? Like, it's not that bad. And then I churn through all the inflame on this turn, now that it's hitting items I care about. And then I think we have him. I could get rid of the inflame on this. I don't know that that really matters. Yeah, I don't want to steal any cards next turn, so I'm just going to put a bit more poison on. And indeed, he is dead. Okay, that was a little scary. This fight, we can't take any damage. So that's always nice. It's my favorite kind of fight. I just need to poison him and curse him and stuff. I guess this is enough to get the draw going. Okay, does he have enough red cards that I could get him down to just 2? That would be nice. No, he has 4. Okay, so I can't stop him. What 13s do I have available? A 9 and a 4. That looks like it. Definitely can't stop him drawing now. I think he might very well get away. But I can't really speed things up except by using another dart, which I'd really rather save for the boss. If I lose the gems, I lose the gems. I'm not happy, but what am I going to do? Nice to have a bunch of aces, I think. I bet he won't run away. I bet I get there. Yeah, he's already at 55 poison. And 7 black cards is kind of a lot. It's a lot of aces, my goodness. I'm not going to use any of them, as it turns out. Oh no, I am. Look at that. That's 13. So king, 8, 13, poison, poison. Those 4s are better than aces for poisoning, so... Yeah, we got him. No problem. Okay. Worried about nothing, see? Actually, it might be better to have two 13s available. Yeah, I can put a 6 here, 10 here, 13, 13. Not that it matters, we're killing him anyway, but this is sort of like the technically correct thing to do. And we got the gems back. Alright, well, we certainly go pick up the item rather than nothing. And we're gonna take 10 damage on the way to this guy, so some of the food that I ate turns out to have been bad. But doesn't it break even? Like, I had 10 more health for a while, and then... Oh no, I end up losing energy, but that doesn't matter, right? Because I'm retaking my energy as soon as the combat starts anyway. Cards adding to 12. Lightning... Okay, I mean... Is that useful for me? Clearly, like, it is sort of useful. Is it worth upgrading my draw? Or my item slots? I can't. But I could in time for the boss fight. And I think I do often enough have spare cards that I wouldn't mind trying to activate that. But I don't know, like... It seems really useful to... just keep stacking poison? Rather than trying to do some lightning as well? I don't know, we'll see. What's the next fight all about? Ah, when hit, he draws more, so we're going to make him draw an awful lot. Let's peek at this now, because this is the turn when I kind of want to just dump everything in here. Actually, I have just enough that I can... Yeah, well, let's peek anyway, I guess. Okay, he's doing nothing. I could poison for 12. But that does give him +1 draw. I think it might be better to go on to the next turn and start this combat with, like, more cards. On the assumption that me poisoning for 12 and him having 1 card is probably worse than an average turn now that I have the book open. But, like, is giving him 1 card really that important? The problem is he's going to just start attacking for 8 all the time. I probably should have eaten some food on the way here, actually. I don't have any food. It would have just canceled out. Okay. Yeah, I have to fight the elite without, or the boss, basically without getting hit at all, I assume, right? It's going to be kind of tough. He's hexing the heck out of all my stuff. Yeah, I don't see us winning against the boss. Even like winning against this guy is going to be tough. I think I should just spend some gems to get this combat going. All right. I mean, a 6 and a 7. That's this. King here, 6 ace. Sure. He has a lot of health, but I'm hitting him twice per turn. It's going to take him a while to come up with a 5-card flush. The problem is there's all these 10, these 1 attacks I'm going to take, yeah. Ah, the poison didn't trigger because it goes off at the beginning of this turn. So his draw has been increased, but it didn't count this turn. The curse did. But I still think it was worth it to get that curse in. And it turns out he whiffed, so that's nice. I don't think I even want to apply more curse to him. Because if I put it here, it gives him more draw this turn. If I put it here, it like does the same thing. Like 13 damage to give him draw. At this point for the rest of the combat, like 13 damage for a hit is worse than average. I maybe shouldn't have cursed him to begin with and just like let the poison go off. I was thinking I need to get some damage on him, but like I don't know. At this point, increasing his card draw doesn't matter that much anymore. Because I'm going to die to the 6 attacks before I die to the 100 attack. So I think I actually do want to just like increase his card draw to the moon. I'd rather not, of course, but... Anyway, this 10 is useless anywhere but here. So is this 6, I think. No, I can put the 6 here along with the 4 and then ace 2 for a curse. I'm just trying to... Can I, like, justify using anemia here? I think I would get out of this fight alive if I did that. Am I going to get out of this fight alive if I don't? I think I'm... Oh, the problem is I have to have 10 health left at the end of this fight. So I need 7... I can only take 17 damage, which means he's attacking me twice. I think he's going to attack me more than twice if I don't use anemia. Okay, so we're just going to die on the boss then, but just try to get slightly further, make it to the boss. And I'll curse this, why not? Wow. He's drawing absolutely nothing. Here's hoping he can't even activate this. Yeah, still nothing. That's amazing. And he's dead. Yeah, anemia is really strong, but I just like... I don't know, maybe I needed to count on him just never attacking me. I don't know. I don't think I would have gotten through him fast enough if I hadn't used anemia. I'm definitely not getting through the boss without it, and I'm out. Nothing in my bag that'll, like, refill it somehow. I do have the Scroll of Hop. I forgot I could have hopped over that fight and gotten to the boss with anemia left. I underestimated how scary that guy would be because I didn't really pay any attention to what his attacks were before I fought him. I just assumed I had to fight him. I forgot I have the Scroll of Hop. See, I told you I might use it badly. Alright, well... Not much I can do besides head in there. You can't hop over bosses. It would save me 10 health, though, to hop on him. Sure. If I make it through this fight, I'll be thrilled. Saves me 10 health and... Oh no, I still lose 10 health. But okay, I stunned him. So, I mean, there's that. Gems? Oh, funny, when I stunned him, this wasn't lit up, but now it is. I think that's just a rendering mistake. I think energy is fine. This is the one turn when I'm not hexed, so... Actually, does that mean I do or don't want draw to use my energy? I think it means I don't, because, I don't know. I have no good arguments. I need 35? That's this? Adding to 12. I think cursing is not going to be that amazing. But I guess it's probably better than a small amount of poison, right? Let's just try to curse the stuff we hope he's never going to actually use because it would kill us. Wait, did I use up all my invulnerability too? Oh no! Was the thing that... No, I guess I must have used it up in the past and I just forgot. Okay. I didn't use it up on that last fight, I'm pretty sure. You have a 4-card flush already, and you hexed this. Okay, I think I can probably arrange to take away his 4-card flush. Just make sure I get all the clubs out of my hands before I steal from him. And ideally, play this last, obviously. So it seems like attacking for 12 is probably good. Let's peek at his hand first. Okay. I'm using a gem. No, a gem might just make things worse. What card do I want to take from him? Does it matter? None of them give me a 13, so I think it doesn't. And none of them give him 4 of a kind or 1 of each suit. Ah. I guess I could take the ace of clubs and then socket it in here. Oh, is he gonna... He's gonna take it after... Hang on, how does Hex work? Can he take it after I steal? I would hate that. Throw this card away. When activating, I assumed he wouldn't be able to take the card that I'm stealing from him, but you know what? I bet he can. Well, there's nothing I can ever do about that, if so, right? What I could have done was activate it earlier in the turn when I had other cards. I guess what I could do is just gem, but then, like, if I draw any hearts, those are also outs for him. Well, but if he gets a club, he just instantly wins the game. So I'm not sure how I'm supposed to survive in that case. I just have to know what the mechanics are, but there's nothing that told me. Let me see if I can look this up real quick. Okay, no, I absolutely cannot look this up. There's not, like, any hits for PokerQuest Hex that are about this game. I guess it must not be that well known, unsurprisingly. Okay, I have no idea what the mechanics are. If I steal his ace, is he just going to take it back? I do not know. I'm going to try 1 gem. Well, that hasn't worked. Well, I can hide these, I guess. And now he has only a 1 in 4 to hit my ace? He took the other 3, so I still don't know if it works. Oh, what? Oh, I gave him the clubs from my hand. I'm so dumb. Okay, whatever. I was dead anyway. See ya. Okay. Well, that was a fun one. We made it to the second boss. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.